Yo, what's up? This is the author of one Smart Forex. So I'll be starting the strategy class. So the first strategy which I'm going to be teaching you is support, resistance, breakout, retest strategy, which is the number one on my list. And this is the strategy with which most retail traders make use of, because after a breakout, they expect a retest. After the retest, so that is when they are going to determine the direction of the market. However, there are ways with which you can trade this thing. So the first way with which I'm going to teach you how to trade is the support and resistance trading. That is what I'll be talking about. However, there are some things you need to put into consideration before you can take trade at a support or at a resistance level. So among the confluences which you need to put into consideration is your candlesticks, in which I'm going to talk about now in details. Now, this is a resistance and this is a support. So as we all know that whenever market touches a resistance, it is going to do what? It's going to bounce down, like it's going to sell. And what happens whenever market reaches support? It is going to buy. Whenever market reaches your resistance again, it is going to do what? It is going to sell. However, it cannot continue moving like this in a sideways market. However, there needs to be a breakout. But before we get there, we can also take advantage of buying at support or selling at resistance. And this is the way with which you can take advantage of it. There are some candlesticks that you need to look out for on your resistance before you can actually decide if it is a sell or if you are going to sell. That was the reason why I sent you candle Bible stick, in which I believe that you should have read by now. So among the candlestick with which you can you need to put into consideration on your resistance is the candlestick which is known as pin bar. However, we have two types of pin bar. We have the bullish pin bar and we have the what? We have the bearish pin bar. So whenever you are on a resistance, the kind of pin bar that you should always be looking out for is what? Is a bearish pin bar, because you want to sell. You understand? So whenever you spot a bearish pin bar, at your what? At your resistance, it also buttresses the fact that you can actually sell. So let's assume. So this is how a pin bar looks like. It is going to have wick, which is like 2 to 3 times the size of the body. So this is what a pin bar looks like, and you should look out for it on your resistance before you can decide to sell on a resistance. At the same time, on your support, what you need to look out for is what? Is a bullish pin bar. On your support, you need to look out for a bullish pin bar. So that also serves as confluence for you before you can actually buy on your what? On your resistance. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the things you need to put into consideration. And also another thing you can also add to your confluence is what? Is your indicator, the moving average. So you can decide to make use of the 50 moving average, can decide to make use of the 200, can decide to make use of the 21. So the moving average also helps you if the moving average is also at this support level. So that means the moving average is also acting as support, which is also what? Which is also in support of what you are about to do. And if it is on a resistance level, so it is also on a support of you to sell. However, let's move into today's business. Let's look for examples in markets. So let's look for a nice support and resistance in market. So here we go. We have a resistance here, and we have a what? We have a support here. So make sure it covers majority of the wicks of the candle. So you have to shift this a little bit. You have to shift this a little bit down so that it is going to cover it. So see what happens. So that means at this level now, look at this candle. Though at this level, it has not yet become at this place. Let me make use of horizontal vertical line. The thing I should tell you is from here to here, it is not yet a support and resistance. Why? Because market has only tested it one on the support, 1, 2, 3. So it's actually become a support here because market has made 3 touches on it. You understand? And it became a resistance here too because market has respected it how many times? 1, 2, 3. Can you see? So now whenever market comes back there in future, you need to respect it. Sorry, market is going to respect it, and all you have to do is what? Take advantage of it. That means you have to be selling at your resistance and you buy at support. So look at the type of candlestick I'm talking about on your resistance. Look at this. Can you see this? So it is a pin bar. It is a bearish pin bar. Can you see? I hope you can see it very well and clearly. The wick is 2 times the size of the body. This, can you see it? That I showed you. So the wick is 2 times the size of the body. So this is a bearish pin bar. So that shows that you can actually sell at this your support. So you understand? Look, you can actually sell at this your resistance. So if you want to sell at that your resistance, all you have to do is just come here to your measuring tool. You pick short position. Because of this pin bar, we're able to see this pin bar here after the close of this pin bar. So you wait for the close. Maybe you enter here because you waited for the close of the candlestick. So you waited here. So your stop loss will just be a little pips above the wick of that candle. A little pips above the wick of that candle. Just a little pips above the wick. Then your take profit will be your what? Your resistance. Your take profit will be your resistance. So can you see? That's 1:2. That means probably if you are risking $10, that means you are risking $10 to make like $20 or $22. So you see what I'm talking about. So that is how to go about you trading support and resistance. You understand? That is how to go about you trading support and resistance. Your stop loss will just be a little pips above that wick that makes that bearish pin bar. You understand? So let's go to support as well. Let me show you something on support. Look at the kind of candlestick I'm talking about here too. Can you see it? This is a bullish pin bar. So color does not matter. All you have to just see is what? The candlestick, because I'm very sure most of you would like to ask me, because red is for the sellers while the green is for the buyers. I'm very sure you guys will be you'll be so eager to ask me, like, does color really matters? Color does not matter. All you have to just find is what? The formation of the candlestick. Because there is a reason behind the formation of the candlestick. Here is the reason. For this buy now, can you see that the buyers, the sellers, they push the market down. The sellers pushed the market down. They want to sell, but due to the fact that there's buyers pressure, that was the reason why we have a long wick compared to the body. Sure, you understand? Same thing happens here. The buyers want to push the market up, but because of the sellers momentum, they pushed it back down. So that what made the wick to be as long as this. So that is what you should always look out for. And this candle that you are seeing here is also a pin bar. It is also a pin bar. Some people call it, okay, this is also a pin bar. Another thing that I forgot to tell you, but I'm very sure you're going to see it inside the book, is the morning star and evening star. They are very important for you at your support and resistance if you spot them. The morning star and what? Your evening star. A morning star should be spotted on your support, while an evening star should be spotted on your what? On your a morning star should be spotted on your what's it called, should be spotted on your resistance, while evening star should be spotted on your support. And this is what morning star looks like. We are going to have a big bullish candle, then followed by a doji, then followed by a big bearish candle. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just like this, we could say this is an evening star. Sorry, this is a morning star. Yeah, everything here is a morning star. So that also gives you a confirmation to do what? To sell, to sell, to sell here because of the evening star. So those are the things that gives you indication. You actually find all these things I'm talking about inside the book. I'm not meant to be teaching that, but I just need to give you an insight, because if you did not read the book, you've actually missed a lot in the book. Sure, you understand? So that is how to trade support and resistance. Let's look for more examples on support and resistance before we move to another thing. So this is a support and resistance as well. So can you see currently GBP JPY is ranging. So this is how you can take advantage of it. When the market gets to this, market has not gotten to this resistance. So when market gets to this resistance, so you wait to see if market is going to give you what you actually want. So that will determine if you are actually going to do what you are going to sell. Sure, you understand? So look at this. This is a doji. So if a candle has been going up, going up, going up, and you spot a doji, doji is telling you that the um the strength is about to reduce. Same thing happened here when it was going down, going down. So at this support, see this doji again. After the doji, see what happened. Market started going up. Can you see? So those are the things that will actually give you an indication or make up a confluence for you to actually what? To actually buy or sell. So look at this place now. Here is an evening star. Can you see it? We have this big bearish candle followed by doji, then followed by big bullish candle at your support. So it is telling you that you have a buy confirmation here. Can you see? And it's bought before it started coming down. It's bought. So that is how to get your confluences and confirmations for you on how to trade what, on how to trade support and resistance. So the next thing now that I'll be talking about after I've been able to show you how to trade support and resistance, and I've been able to show you confluences that you need to look out for while trading a support and resistance, and I've shown you those candles that you really need to look out for in the market if you know you want to be trading support and resistance. You understand? So the next thing I'll be talking about is um break and retest. Market cannot keep ranging for for long. You understand? There needs to be breakouts, just like someone who is sorry, or some, maybe let's assume that, okay, you keep something for so long. At the end of the day, you just have to use the thing. You can't keep, you can't just continue keeping it. You understand? So nothing lasts forever. So the um same thing applies to your support and resistance, because this is a ranging or a sideways market. So that is the reason why there is always a need for a breakout, because markets cannot keep on ranging. Whenever you see this ranging, the market it is believed that the market is it is believed that the market is it is believed that the market is actually accumulating, like they are trying to get more positions before they are able to push the market to wherever they want to push it to. You understand what I'm talking about? They are actually trying to, some people will buy, some people will sell. So they are trying to accumulate positions before they push the market to the right direction. So after the ranging market, it is said to be the next thing is said to be going on trend. Like it should give a trend, because this ranging is actually the accumulation or at the accumulative phase of the market. You understand? So let me look for example of, so this is how actually a break and retest should happen. So let's assume this is your resistance and this is your support. This is your support. So on a resistance, we expect the market should sell. So after the sell, we expect the buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, then boom, market boom out of this resistance. Since market has boomed out of this resistance, so this resistance, there's also a fake out. Could also be a fake out that will pull back into this zone. But if the market does not pull back into the zone and tested this resistance that has turned into support, then can continue moving up, then come back for a pullback, then go up again, pull back, that's to form series of higher highs and higher lows, because it is not linear. So that is the reason for it to pull back or to retrace. You understand? So, since it has been able to break this our resistance, our previous resistance, which has turned into support, whenever markets should break your resistance, it should become a support. And whenever market breaks your what breaks your support, it becomes a resistance. Just like this, whenever market should break your support, it becomes a resistance. Just like this. So market will now come back for a retest, then continue going down, then forming series of lower lows and lower highs. So that is how to take advantage of what, the rules of higher highs, lower lows and lower highs. The previous one should not be higher than the next one. So that validates that we're actually on a downward trend. On a downward trend. So now, since market has been able to come for a retest, so this is where you actually take advantage of it. You take short position, then you put it. So same thing that you need to trade your support and resistance. So those are the things you also need at this resistance level before you can actually say, okay, let me sell. On a resistance level, you need some candlesticks, like you need a bearish pin bar because you want to sell, or a morning star because it is now a resistance, because your support has been broken and it has become what, a resistance. Oh shit. So you adjust your stop loss maybe to a little pips, your stop loss to a little pips above that candle, then your take profit will be to what? Will be to your next resistance level. Okay, you understand? So that is how to go about you trading support and resistance, then support and resistance breakout trading. You understand? So let's look for example in market. Let's look for a good example of support, resistance, breakout, retest. Can you see now? This is our support. This is our support. Can you see? Because whenever why is it our support? Whenever market gets there, it is going up. Why is this our resistance? Whenever market gets there, it is what is selling. Whenever market gets there, it is selling. So look at it now. Look at it. They broke it all the way. Then they came back for a retest. They came back for what? They came back for a retest. Can you see? They came back for a retest. That okay, oh, we've actually broken this your resistance, so it has now turned into support. So now for them to validate that okay, this thing has actually turned to support, for them to give reference to this thing, so they have to do what? They have to come back and test it. So if you want to take advantage of it, just pick on your long position because they've come to retest it. So your stop loss will just be a little pips below that candle. Then your take profit will be what? This is also a resistance level. This is a resistance level. This is a resistance level. So you take your take profits to that level. So can you see that that's 1:11? That means maybe you are risking $10 to make $110. So your stop loss is 12.4 pips. Your take profit is 140.6 pips. So that is how to go about you trading support, resistance, breakout, retest. So let's look for more examples on that. I'm looking for more examples. So I'm actually looking for examples on that. I'm looking for more examples on that. Because one thing I want you to understand is for every support and resistance, it is not all support and resistance that after breaking it, they will come for a retest. You understand? I've actually seen a lot of support and resistance that they did not even come back to retest. Do you understand? So that is just it. It is not all support and resistance that they will come back and retest. But for them to think, I think this is one. But then didn't get that place very well. Didn't get to this place. This is actually a resistance because market has made 3 touches on it, and this is your what? This is your support because market has made 3 touches. So you understand? This is the first touch here. 1, 2, 3. So it is expected that whenever market should break it, they will come back for a retest. So can you see? They came back for a retest and they gave you those rejections. So look at this candle that I talked about on your resistance. This is a what? This is a bullish pin bar. I told you color does not matter. So this is a bullish pin bar. This red color is a bullish pin bar. You understand? So just take advantage of it and you buy to the next resistance. So this is also a resistance. So you can take your buy from here to this place. So that is it about break and retest. Break and retest. This is also a break and retest. Can you see your this was a resistance before. How is it a resistance? Can you see when market got here? See what happened? Came down. When market got there, came down. When market got there, it came down. Then finally market broke it, then came back for a retest. Can you see? Then it started going up. So let me show you the candlestick that I'm talking about here. Look at this candlestick. Can you see the candlestick? Can you see it? is very, very clear. Can you see it? This is a very solid pin bar. So you would have just taken a buy from there. Shows that no, market is actually buying because of that candlestick. You understand? And also you have your 50 EMA, which is acting as support at that level. So that means you have two confluences already. Then it is also a resistance that has been broken, which has turned into support. So that is another confluence, making that you have three confluences here. Sure, you understand? For you to actually what to buy. So now let's take our Fibonacci to see if our Fibonacci is also acting as a resistance. So you take it from here, from this level that it started going up, then to this place that it started coming down. So let's see if it actually falls under our 0.5. So let's look at it. Can you see? Can you see? It actually falls in our 0.5. Pin bar at 0.5 shows that no, there is nothing that could stop this thing from a buy. You just take your long position, you take your long position, take it from there, then to the next resistance. So that means you have four confluences. So you just take your take your stop loss a little pips below that candle. Then you take your take profits to this place, which is your what? Your next resistance. So that means that's one ratio 8.73. That means maybe you are risking $10 to make $80. Can you see that? So can you see that about break and retest? This is actually a profitable strategy. So it is one of the strategy with which I'm going to be taking you. So we still have like I think we have 3 or 4 strategies they're about to go. So make sure you practice this strategy. It is highly profitable. Just make sure you locate your support and your resistance. Like I told you, it is not all support and resistance that markets actually comes back to retest. Look at this. Look at this one here. Can you see this resistance that was broken? Market did not get there before it started going up. This is the support. Can you see that market did not get to this resistance which was broken, which has turned into support? So market formed another support here. Market formed another support for itself and started going up. Can you see? Can you see it? Started going up, formed a support for itself because it made like 2 to 3 touches. So that is why it has become a support. So it is not all support and resistance that market breaks that they actually come back to retest. You understand? But whenever you see that they come back to retest it and you've seen those candles and confluences, just take advantage of it. You understand? Just take advantage of it. So this is another support and resistance. So you can as well be trading the support and resistance, provided that you have your what your provided that you have your what is it called? Provided that you have your confluences. So look at this case now. This is a support. They bought here, sold again, bought, sold. So now they broke it. Can you see when they broke it? What did they come back to? They came back to retest it, then started ranging again to form another support and resistance. Can you see how the market actually works? Can you see? They broke it there, then came back for a retest. Can you see the retest? See the retest. Then they went down again. Then they bought from this support. They turned, this was the support before. Let me change the color. Let me change the color to blue. This was a support before because market was buying from it. But when they broke it, it become what? It became resistance. Can you see? Market went to test it, then came down. Went to test it, then came down, and finally broke it again. So let me see if they did not respect. Can you see that they did not respect this one? They went above it and pulled back into that zone to form an high low. Then after forming the high low, they went up. They went up. So you just need to understand what market is doing, and that is how you'll be able to take advantage of it. That is how you'll be able to take advantage of it. It is actually interesting and sweet if you pay rapt attention to what market is doing and you actually follow every bit of it. trying to find the last example before I end this session. So this has been on a long upward trend. So we have a support and resistance here, which we could sell at your resistance. Can you see? We sell at your resistance, and this is your support, which we could buy. Can you see? So provided you can buy here, buy here, buy here. So then can you see when markets broke, it so happened, it came back for a retest, then started going up and up and up. So since since you don't have a resistance there, like since market did not go up further before it came down, so that shows that you can actually take this buy for a very long period of time. Can you see? So let's assume that you took your buy from there. That's long position. Let's assume you took your buy from there. Your stop loss just a little pips. Just a little pips below the candle. Oh shit. Just a little pips. What is this? So just a little pips. So let's assume you took the buy. So you would have actually taken the buy for a very, what am I doing now? You would have actually taken the buy for a very long period of time. Can you see? That's like six thousand 673 pips. That's 1:20. If you reach $10 on this trade, nothing will stop you from making like $673 or more from this trade. Sure, you understand? Depending on your lot size. Depending on your lot size. Depending on your lot size. So can you see it actually went because you don't have a resistance structure. That means you can actually take it for a very long period of time. So if you have any question, just slide into my DM and we trash it out. Trash it out. Subscribe to Kindly subscribe to my channel and let's enjoy the trip. Thank you guys.